Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. So it's getting close to the end of February, and I thought I'd bring you out here to my composter and let you see what's happening here. I know I did a video early on in the winter just showing, kind of talking about what I do over the winter to keep my compost not going, I guess, but to keep adding to it and getting it ready for the spring. And there's a few questions about that, so I thought I'd give you a look at what it looks like now, tell you what I'm going to do, and hopefully that'll clear up any of those questions that I had, and just give you an idea if you're in a northern climate and your compost is starting to look like my composter. Just give you some ideas of what you can do to remedy that or deal with it, I guess. So come on in closer and let's have a look at what's going on here. So as I had said in the past, I continue to add compost to this bin here throughout the entire winter. And once I get a layer, you know, a few inches, 4 to 6 centimeters deep of just kitchen scraps, kitchen waste, then I'll come in and I'll put a layer of shredded up newspaper or cardboard or leaves, which I have a bin. I don't think it's in the shot here, but there's a bin here to the side, and it's full of leaves that I collected in the fall, and I've just filled it up with shredded leaves. And so I'll just put a layer in here with that. And then once it gets full, I have just an old cracked flower pot here, and right now it has some sunflowers and twigs and things in it, but that's fine. And I'll just start taking my kitchen waste and just dumping it in here. And I won't do any layering or anything with this one. I'll just dump the things in and collect them in here. It doesn't hold a lot, but it should get me through about the next month, and by then I'll be able to get this starting to warm up. I'll put some hot water in it. Usually about the beginning of April I can put, you know, a few gallons of hot water. I think last year I figured I'd put about 6 in here, and add in some more dry leaves. I'll throw this on top, and that'll just get it, I'll stir it all up, and that'll get it heating up and get a nice hot batch of compost going. And I can usually have finished compost out of here by the end of April, which in our area, I mean, we're still getting frost, heavy freezes and things in April, but there's enough sunny, warm days that it'll help keep it staying warm and staying going. So I'm going to open up the lid here and you can have a look. Get the bird seed out of the way. So I had just dumped some, a pot of carrots I was growing inside out, and a couple of other things, and changing some things around. So there's a little bit of potting soil that I dumped in here. Normally I would throw it on my beds, but being that they're covered in snow and this would look dirty, I just threw it in here. Now it's really not that bad. I can still dig around in here. Now this stuff has only been in here a few days, but we were down at, you know, minus 35. A few nights got to minus 40 Celsius, and like minus 28 to minus 35 during the day. A couple weeks ago, and as you can see, there's still, I can easily still turn this, and normally it'd be quite frozen, but we've had, other than that little bit of time, we've actually had a fairly mild winter. So I'm just going to give it a good stir, get things mixed in here. And you can see I have all sorts of things in here. There's newspaper, take-out bags, kitchen waste, and like I said, those leaves that I mix in. So I put a lot in here. And yeah, I can stir it down to about, I'm getting down about 2/3 of the way down with it, and I don't know if it's just because I can't get a good enough reach to stir it anymore, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to add this in, I'm going to put another layer of leaves in here, and then I would say that next layer of leaves I'll probably have only like maybe one more week left of adding food scraps in here before this is filled right to the top. And as you see, it's not really breaking down right now, and it is cold. I didn't bring a thermometer out, but I'll maybe grab my compost thermometer. Let's have a look and see what the temperature is in here. There. I keep this in the house over the winter because I don't want it to freeze. So yeah, I hit a layer of ice there. So I'm only going down, I don't know, a foot maybe, 30 centimeters. Well, that one's going down further in that side. It's not moving at all. Let's see if we go kind of on an angle. No, it's still saying that it's at freezing temperatures in here, which would be expected. I'm surprised I can even stir around and get the thermometer in that deep. Usually it's frozen up a lot higher by this time of year. The end of January to the middle of February are usually quite cold for us, and we haven't had that. But that's good. Maybe this will get going a little bit easier this year. Maybe I won't have to add water. But so, like I said, I'm going to put some shredded leaves over top of this, and then I'll have room probably for one more layer of kitchen waste, say another week or two, and then another layer of shredded leaves, and then any time that I have before I can get this going again, I'll just be dumping the kitchen waste and just collecting it in here. You could do the same thing with just putting it in a container and keeping it in your freezer. Is another way that you could just be collecting it up. A lot of people just freeze their compost. It helps to break it down and keeps it, from attracting any bugs or anything or smelling in your house. So if you have room in your freezer to just be stockpiling compost a little bit, then you could be doing that as well. I'm going to add some leaves on here. It's beautiful out today. It's just right around the freezing mark here, which for us is beautiful. The leaves are good because they help to add in the brown material that you need. You can see there's a little bit of grass clippings in there. A little bit of the brown material that you need when you're restarting things. And I find the leaves work really well for that. And since I run them through my mower or my leaf vacuum mulcher, then they're smaller size, so they really get going good. So that pretty much fills it to the top, but it will pack down a little bit usually. I'll throw some snow on here, and then they'll pack down a little bit because the snow will melt under that black lid. It'll bring some heat in here. Pack it all down a bit, and then I'll have a little bit more room for some kitchen waste. And then, like I said, I'll just stockpile the rest until I'm ready to get this going, which will probably be the beginning of April. Just kind of depends on our weather, but once we're kind of consistently getting, around freezing or above freezing during the day, then I can start getting this heated up and get it going again, so I can have my compost bin working for me again. So hopefully that clears up any questions that any of you had about my winter composting video that I did a few months ago, and what I do out here to keep the compost kind of moving along and be ready for the spring. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.